Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Poppies fans, wherever you may be, to Edgar Street, to Hereford FC, where the Bulls will be at home to the Poppies. We have been watching the warm-ups. We've got two debutants for Kettering starting today, including one very well-known face, against the goalkeeper for the home side, which is Paul White, of course, a stalwart Kettering player for many seasons, now with the Bulls. Faces off against Kyle Perry, who, when Paul White was at Kettering, conceded 3 goals against Kyle Perry, all at the back post and all for Colville. So maybe that will be in Paul's mind. He's an ever professional, but we hope that he does have a little bit of a wobble, maybe. But we'll go through the teams in a moment. We'll put them up. We only have the surnames for Hereford. We've not been given a team sheet, so we will do our best to identify the Hereford players as we go along. But sitting alongside me, as usual, is club historian, statistician, head of media, and all other things, Mr. Paul Cook. How are we?
Absolutely average. Yourself?
Yes, not too bad. Not too bad. Nice drive up. It's very foggy on the way here, and the fog is descending over the ground as well. Not so much as in the 70s, where you couldn't see anything, but...
Well, it's nice to actually see some grass, isn't it? It looks like a superb playing surface.
Though, a high ball in the air could very well be lost with the fog in the air, and obviously the heavy cloud that we've got around here. The white footballs being used may be lost in the air, so some high crosses, high balls in the area maybe.
Well, it might, isn't it? It is quite the first time I've been here with nobody in the ground, and or very, very few indeed. It's quite a strange atmosphere with the tannoy on at the moment, echoing around this massive stand that we're housed in, with a handful of media from the home and away side of ourselves, of course. But Kettering warming up, and as Ed said, 2 debutants in the side today. We'll bring you the starting lineups in a moment. So we haven't been given team sheets, which is nice. So we'll do our best to commentate on the Hereford players the best that we can, probably by just using their numbers. But Kettering line up like this. Adam Collin is in goal. Number 2 is Gary Storer. 3, Mike McGrath. 4 is Michael Richards. 5, Mr. Fryatt. I'll call him Mr. Fryatt because he's a general. 6 is Luke Graham and captain. 7, Callum Powell. 8, Connor Kennedy. 9, a debutant, Kyle Perry. 10 is the Sheriff, who shot the Sheriff. 11, debutant, is Reece Sharp. And your subs today are 12, Ben Milnes. 14, Jay Williams. 15, Ben Stevens. 16, Ashanti Price, and 17, Ban Aquaid. Hereford in the league so far, they drew 2-2 against Chorley, who've improved in recent weeks. They lost at home to Gloucester 1-0, who were top of the table. They beat Blyth Spartans 3-0 away at Croft Park. Lost at home, though, to Bradford Park Avenue. That was the week after we beat Bradford Park Avenue. They beat Guiseley away 1-0 and drew on the opening day of the season against Hereford. Stat-wise, though, it does go in the Bulls' favour of the 15 games, since 1996 that we've played. The Poppies have won 3, drawn 3, and lost 9. The last time that Kettering beat the Bulls, home or away, came in 2001 in the League Cup, a 1-0 win here at Edgar Street. The goal scored by Carl Adams in front of 604. Well, last time we were here there was 2,557, and a season before that, in fact, there was 4,500 to see them being crowned champions on that day. On Tuesday night, which is December the 1st, yes, it's going to be up to Christmas, we are away at Kidderminster Harriers, and Ed and myself will be covering that game for Poppies. And Shorty's waving at us with his lens. It's not a pretty sight, but we'll be at that game covering it for you at Agborough. Of course, we didn't play there last season. Of course, on Saturday the 5th of December, yes, the fans, you are back. Keep your eyes out on the official website for details on how that is going to operate. As of yet, we know nothing, but there we have it. Ed, you want to go out the home side if you can?
Yeah, so as we've already said, starting for the Bulls is Paul White, and we've got captain Hodgkiss, number 6 Grimes, number 8 Coke, 11 Finn, 12 Diggy, 14 John Lewis, 16 McQuilkin, 17 Lloyd, 23 Jones, and 34 Mooney. On the subs bench, number 7 Camwell, 19 Brown, 21 Nabby, 22 Whittingham, and 24 Dylan Jones.
Well, Carl Perry is the surprise signing, as Ed already mentioned. He scored 3 goals for Colville against the Poppies a couple of seasons ago. It was a handful, a great big unit, and he certainly hasn't lost any weight since then, and looked a powerful unit. Somebody we need in that 6-yard box to poke the ball into the net. He's played for Stratford, Colville, Alfchurch, Altrincham, Hereford on loan, Lincoln City, Tamworth, Nuneaton, Chasetown, Port Vale, and AFC Telford in his side, so in his time, that is. So he's there. And also we've got Reece Sharp, a defender, left back. Started his career at Derby County Youth, went to Mickleover Sports and Shrewsbury Town on loan. Later went on to play for Notts County, Swindon, Matlock Town, Tamworth, Nuneaton Borough. He's also a Northern Ireland under-21 international.
Well, there we go. So less than 10 minutes now till kick-off here at Edgar Street. We've still got some substitutes warming up. I can see that Josh Scott has travelled with the side, not in the team, but he's travelled with the team on the coach. He's out there just taking a seat and going through some warm downs.
Well, there's no Lorne Bickley, there's no Jones, Sam Jones, and Jamie Chisholm isn't there as well. So there's a few players missing for whatever reasons. We did see manager Paul Cox prior to coming into the ground. He was just outside the ground and he got a bloodied nose, Ed.
Yeah, he was apparently taking something out of the overhead lockers, and it fell on him and cut his nose. We think that John Ramshaw's just lumped him one, but
Rocky Ramshaw.
Unconfirmed reports that that's happened. But there's a whole host of Kettering personnel out on the pitch still. We've still got, like I say, Scott and then 2 youngsters.
Well, Jacob Woods, a reserve goalkeeper,
is the reserve goalkeeper, plus all of the substitutes, plus Aaron Lua and Dan Willis, all still out on the pitch. And actually, if you look to the right, still quite a few Hereford personnel.
Well, 11 Kettering personnel against 11 Hereford personnel.
There we go, sorted. That's our starting lineups. 11.
So there's 2 teams out on the pitch warming up
Not
as
too sure
well.
what position we're playing Dan Willis, though.
Well, you'd think somewhere central, wouldn't you, with a frame like that? I mean, only Carl Perry has a larger personality than Dan Willis.
Well, if you've never been to Edgar Street, then you are missing out. It is a wonderful stadium. We are here in the main stand that spans the length of the pitch. Then we've got to the left of us that sort of crescent terrace area, which is out of use. It's as is the whole ground, but even if there were fans in, the stand is out of use. Then opposite us is the Len Western stand. The bottom tier is terrace, and then there are upper tiers of seating, and then to our right is the opposite crescent terrace, where it would be housing fans if they were here, and did house from the last 2 times we were here. But what was the end that was it Ronnie Radford? It was the condemned end to our left.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Every time I come here, I always look at that place where Ronnie Radford slotted that goal in against Newcastle, and what a goal it was, yes. And the pitch, though, is in far better condition today than it was in those days, that is for sure. But it's a superb carpet to play on. If Kettering can't play on this, then they can't play on anything. It's a lovely surface. Yeah,
it's really, really nice. Not a spot of mud to be seen, just all green grass out there today. Definitely different from Latimer Park, but Paul Cox wants his team to play football on the floor. He's got the players to do it, with Ben Stevens in there and other such players. They're all suited to playing football on the ground, on the deck, and this is a perfect opportunity for it. But should we need to, we've now got the firepower of Kyle Perry up top to have a target man or put some high crosses in. Of course, we know Paul from his time at Kettering, crosses were sometimes his weak spot, so maybe Paul Cox will know that. Whether he utilises it early on and gets some crosses on top of Paul White, see what Kyle Perry can do to put him off and other players around him.
Well, we want to hope that Whitey doesn't have one of his exceptional games today. We were discussing that on the way down. Well, he's either going to have a brilliant game or he's going to have an absolute howler.
Talking to Hereford people, he has been sensational so far for the Bulls. So let's hope he has an off game. And if he does,
of course, Kettering Town are rubbish apparently, according to Hereford, aren't they? So
that
certain write-ups
was very interesting. We're doomed for the Southern League, according to the article there. I'm sure Paul Cox will have printed that off and stuck it up in the changing rooms to help spur on the Kettering players. It's an interesting comment with only 6 games gone and Hereford only 4 points ahead of us, but football's a game of opinions, and that is the opinion of whoever wrote that article. We will beg to differ, of course, as we should.
Temperature dropping every moment we're here. It's actually now quite cool indeed, isn't it? My feet feel like blocks of ice.
Yeah, the temperature in the last sort of 20 minutes has dropped. It wasn't warm by any means beforehand, but it is certainly colder now. But I make it 5 minutes till kickoff, so I'd imagine the teams are in the tunnel. Now, we can't see the tunnel or the dugouts from where we are, really. We can see one dugout in front of us, and I don't know whether that is the home or away dugout. We will find out, I'm sure. The other dugout is obscured by the bottom of the stand here. We may be able to see heads above it, but let's hope it's a little quieter in the dugouts than on Tuesday night. But that was certainly a feisty affair by both sets of management, it has to be said, not towards each other, but we won't go into that because we've spoken too much about it.
Is a bit disconcerting at the moment, Ed, is the wave of fog that seems to be coming into that Salford Press cider end. It's almost getting to the stage where it might cause a problem later on, but we'd hope not.
I don't think we'll get quite that far. It'll bring its own problems, like we said in the start of the broadcast. Balls high into the air may be lost very slightly when they come back down, but we shall wait and see how it affects the game. It's not very often we play a game where fog is an issue. Usually rain or wind.
I remember we were going to Bashley many years ago in the FA Trophy and could only see half the pitch, and the only way we found out that any goals were going in was screams of excitement in the past half. But that was a terrible game, only to say you couldn't see the goals and had to rely on fans relaying information. Of course, this was before mobile phones, so it was relayed by pigeon or Coke can, I think, in those days.
Wow,
but
you're talking well before my time then.
Yes, Paul. Indeed, in the days when football was played in a man's game, not this.
Oh dear, let's see. Let's stop there. But I make it 3 minutes now, and still no movement out on the pitch from the starting 11s. There's still the Kettering substitutes warming up. Hereford have all now gone back inside to the changing rooms. So we shall wait and see what is happening here at Edgar Street. 3 minutes to go till kickoff. You can see the team lineups on the screen. Debuts for Kyle Perry and Reece Sharp. And of course, Callum Powells, who played on Tuesday, gets another opportunity to show what he can do. Of course, has played with Reece Sharp previously. I can't remember who it was for. It may have been Stamford. I'm not overly sure.
Stratford?
Yes, sorry. They have been in the same team together, and here come the Kettering lineup. Now, of course, under these new COVID times, the players come out separately. So here's the Kettering lineup wearing the blue and white away kit. That's blue and white striped shirts with blue shorts and white trim and blue socks. And here come the home side, Hereford, playing in their white shirts, black shorts and white socks. Adam Collin in a highlighter yellow and Paul White in a highlighter green.
First time we've played in this kit since the opening day of the season that night at Gloucester.
Well, let's hope the performance is a bit better.
Exactly. And as I say, Paul White in his traditional green outfit that he used to wear for Kettering, and Colin in this highlighter yellow.
Question on the YouTube stream, Michael Warren. How many of our starting 11 played for us pre-season? Well, Adam Collin did.
Storer, McGrath, Richards, Fryatt, Graham, Kennedy, that's it.
About half the team then.
That's they started on it. Milnes and just Milnes from the substitutes.
There we go. Here come the referees and the referees' assistants. Let's hope we don't have to mention them at all today.
It'd be nice for a change, wouldn't it? Not have to after that performance.
Anyway, here we go. The referee has put the ball down on the spot. No yet any handshakes or coin tosses, but we shall wait to see what happens there. As I will hand you over to Paul for the build-up to kick-off.
Yep, referee is looking at his watch. He's now going off the pitch as the teams line up. Look like Kettering will be kicking from left to right, although I don't think the toss has actually been taken yet. Luke Graham is shaking hands with his compatriot. As I say, we haven't got a team sheet, so I shall be using the numbers only to describe the Hereford team. They are playing in squad numbers, where Kettering are playing in traditional 1 to 11. There's a few players with orange boots, 3 for Kettering and 3 for Hereford. So everything seems to be pretty equal on that score. You can just see the tuft of Ben Stevens going into the tunnel. Referee now speaking to both captains, and both sides are lining up in this rather foggy environment, which is a first for me for a little while. Luke Graham has been spoken to by the referee. All Kettering players, with the 2 new debutants, of course, if you haven't heard there. Carl Perry, the guy that scored against Kettering 3 times for Colville Town, and Reece Sharp. As we're staying as we are, Hereford are going to get us underway. They'll be kicking from right to left. That's to the Ronnie Radford end, if you remember the BBC footage of that in the FA Cup all those years ago. And the motivation now from both sides being shouted out in this desolate stadium. It really echoes around here. Referee just counting the players. Surprised he can count that far, but he is doing. And we're about to get underway. I make it to 3 o'clock with the clock that's opposite in the Len Western stand. Referee still acknowledging to Adam Collin and now to Paul White. And we are about to get this game underway, and we are off. And it is Hereford firing the ball straight out of play, the traditional long non-league game, straight out of play from the kick-off. It's going to be Ryan Fryatt who's going to take this throw-in straight in front of where Ed and I are commentating from, high up.
And that is the away dugout that he's in front of there. You can see Hereford manager Josh Gowling's head over the other side. Of course, ex-Lincoln Josh Gowling. Carl Parry already getting in a bit of a scrap there in the centre of the park. A ball down the right-hand side for Kettering player to chase, and then Paul White straight out of play. It was Powell who was chasing it, a man whose name I just, for some reason, can't quite get into my head. Oh no, in fact, both of the dugouts, are over to our right. I don't know what this area is here in front of us, but they are actually connected, the 2 dugouts. My apologies, on the halfway line. So, long throw-in then from Connor Kennedy. A big pitch this at Edgar Street. Have to be a fairly long throw to get anywhere. Of course, Perry is going to be in there. Throw in, long, in it goes. Looking for Perry, goes over, flicked on. Cleared, is it? Not quite. Shot by Richins, cannons off a Hereford man, and out of play for another throw in for Kettering. A bit further back this time, maybe not quite and farther forward enough for a long throw, although Kettering are going to set up for it. So Kennedy will try his best to launch this one into the area. The fog is actually causing us a little bit of a problem, and we can't see the faces of who the Kettering players are. So I think that's Perry and Graham who are there. Headed away. Kettering will have another throw in, but Hereford are pushing further and further back. So Kennedy now leaves that throw in. It's too far out for a throw into the area. Gary Storer comes across on the right hand side. Throws down the line to Perry. Perry, heavy touch off the stomach, and throw in for Hereford.
Throw has been taken. It's in the centre of the Hereford half. The number 12 passes it to the number 8. Plenty of space for him to move forward, which he's doing. Richards is in front of him, but he's still with the ball into Kettering's half. Finds the number 11. It's back into the Hereford half. A thought about passing it to the wing, doesn't. Still in the centre. No further progress been made by Hereford. Ball put through, and their tricky number 12 dealt with it. We've got a player with number 34 on, I see, over there, but it's still Hereford, just in Kettering's half, playing it wide. Bit of possession here from the home side now, as they are moving the ball around quite well. It's been put through, cut out by Luke Graham. There is McGrath. But Hereford on the far side now, going to put across into Kettering penalty area. It is the 34. Misses it. The 14 heads it high and cleared by DeCarry Sheriford. Only to the Hereford fullback. It's the number 11 now with the ball. He's going down the wing. He's beaten 1. He's beaten 2 and cut out by Sheriford. Has hoofed the ball down to the halfway line. So it's been even Stevens in the opening encounters so far, with both sides showing their intent. There's going to be goals in this game as the 23 passes it back to a Hereford player in his own half. He sprays it out wide, cut out. No, it's not. He's missed it. Has Kettering's number 11 Sharp. It gives the Hereford a chance to shoot. Does 34, and that just goes wide of Adam Collin. A mistake there by Sharp, allowing a Hereford ball into the penalty area. The number 34 snapped his shot. It went wide of Collin, but first chance to Hereford.
It is, yeah. Kettering are playing a 5-4-1. It looks like you've got the back five: Storer, Fryatt, Graham, McGrath, and Sharp. Midfield of Perry. No, sorry, not Perry. Powell, Richins, Kennedy, Sheriff, and the lone man Perry up top. Of course, it will probably turn into a 3-4-3 when attacking, where the fullbacks will push on and Powell and Sheriff will go alongside Perry. And here's the ball forward from Powell straight into the hands of Paul White. Gets first touch on the ball for the ex-Kettering man, which would probably be getting some jovial boos if there were fans here from Northamptonshire.
What a pity the Holy Grounds aren't here. Of course, they'll be giving him some almighty stick, which would be very pleasing to hear, wouldn't it?
Here come Hereford out the back again, though, with their centre half now. Big, strong, powerful centre half. In, cut out by Kennedy. There's no foul there at all. I'm not too sure what is there. Good challenge by the Hereford man, and wins a throw-in, does the number 12 Diggy. Taken quickly. Back to Diggy. Now into the centre of the park for Hereford. Sprayed out left. Is it overhit? No, it's a good ball to the 23 Jones. Jones into the centre. Now put forward, and this is a good move from Hereford. Cut out by Storer, who's got time. Breaks towards the halfway line. Plays long down towards Powell, headed away. McGrath screaming at Storer as he felt like he was in a better position to get a chance going forward. Fryatt, the man going towards the throw-in. Interesting that Storer isn't taking this one. Usually you see the right back taking a throw-in, but it's going to be Fryatt to take it. Headed forward and then away. Richins underneath it, heads it up, looking for Powell. Not diminutive in height, but not in strength. And here's Perry using his frame again. Gets the ball to Sheriff. Sheriff out and left now to Sharp. Sharp looking for an option now. Puts the ball in. No one there. Oh, it was aimed towards Perry, but cut out before he got there. And Richins has fouled the Hereford man. No complaints from Richins. And Hereford get the pressure away by getting a free kick on the left-hand side, halfway inside their own half. 6 minutes gone. Hereford 0, Kettering 0. No real major chances except for that one from Hereford that ended up going harmlessly past the post.
You're listening to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, your local brewery. Please support Elgood's in these difficult times, as Hereford's number 11 comes away with that. Is Finn by all accounts. Gets the ball back. It's another chance for Finn to get hold of it, but he can't. It's blocked. It will be thrown on the far side to Hereford. It's going to be there, John Lewis. No, it's with Lloyd. Lloyd plays a wild ball, and Grimes has to make amends. He does. Plays it down there. Should be offside. Linesman's done nothing.
No, it's the new laws, isn't it? He's not getting there, so the linesman.
I think he was going to raise the flag, wasn't he? You could see he was desperate to raise that flag and get into the action.
If the Hereford man had got anywhere close to it, it would have been offside. But as it was, the ball skid off the surface for a goal kick, so it wouldn't have been that much difference in distance anyway. Should it have been given as a free kick? So.
Also, Simon Ward, if you're listening to us in Sussex there, I hope you're well during these difficult times. Nice to hear from you yesterday, and let's hope you can hear a Kettering Town win as the ball's put through to Kennedy, and he just lumps it forward. Paul White comes out of his goal, collects it right on the edge of the penalty area, rolls it out, and Hereford get a chance to move forward with Coke. He's in the centre circle as we speak, tries a run for the 34 Jones, he gets the ball back. Long ball now, there's a chance here for Hereford, who is offside, and that was a good one there from the lines. But Hereford continued with the move, tried the shot at Colin, who blocked it with his legs.
Kettering's balls forward, if they're going to try and play it over the back of the defence off the initial pass forward, can go central, but they need to angle these, because there Conor Kennedy played the ball forward, but the man on the shoulder of the defender in the middle is Kyle Perry, who it's not his game to chase after balls behind.
No, he's a sort of, I'll move a few yards one way. He's a bit like the king, isn't he? Yes. In chess, one square at a time.
Sheriff and Powell's jobs to run after these balls. Head injury for Kettering. Perry it is. Referee keeps the game going. Cut out by Kennedy.
Well, Perry's not impressed with that at all, is he? He got hit in the head there, and referee did nothing about it. But
John Ramshaw having a word with the linesman. Unfortunately, we're too far away to hear what that's about. Slipped by the number 34, Mooney, and Kettering come away. Powell gets it caught under his feet, needs an option. Good pass out to Sharp now to McGrath in that left back position as he switched with Sharp. Now it is Sharp. Kennedy goes back over the halfway line to Graham. Graham plays it to Colin. Colin has Fryer as an option or a long ball forward, which I think he's going to have to now because the press from Hereford has stopped any short options. Ball long, looking for Perry. Look at that, putting himself in the way again, but it doesn't get there. It's cut out by the Hereford midfield. Long ball forward, should be cut out by Graham. It is. Tries to get it to Sheriff. Sheriff gets a head on it, but it's only bounced up and taken away from him by the Hereford man. Now they go back to the right back position and into the central midfield, and now back to Diggy, the centre halfway inside his own half. Back to his partner on his left, and now coming forward. Ball long, offside, says the back line. It wasn't, but it didn't matter. It went straight through to Colin. I do believe that number 14 is Linnell John Lewis, which is a very experienced player. I will double check that. But
didn't he open up a series of shops as well?
He did, yes. He's certainly know he's played for Grimsby in the past and amongst other lot of clubs. It might not be, it might just be another John Lewis that looks like him. But here come Hereford again on the left hand side, halfway inside Kettering's half. Storer putting an issue into Lewis. It's cut out there. Oh, great block by McGrath. It was brought down by, I think it was Finn, and McGrath got a foot in to stop the shot getting anywhere near Colin. Powell getting his way down the line, keeps it in. Now it's Perry lays it back to Powell. Powell going forward. Is a foul? No, says the referee. Powell unimpressed with the referee's decision there, but away come Hereford again on the right hand side. Now slow it down on the halfway line into Kettering territory now, looking forward. Played into the 34, cut out by Fryatt. Fryatt has Powell to his right, but he chooses Richens, short left. Now he plays a ball forward. Sheriff wasn't ready for it. Straight into the feet of Diggy anyway. No foul there, says the referee, and that will be a Kettering throw in. Just a lot of discussion there between the referee and linesman as to which way to give that throw in.
Well, neither knew what they were doing, do they? Really, basically. So
they were too busy looking at the foul that wasn't a foul. It's gone Kettering's way. Fryatt, the man to take it on the halfway line in front of the Kettering contingent of the dugout. Paul Cox and John Ramshaw on the touchline there. Perry wins the header forward, but is, absolutely cracked into the sky. Cushioned header by McGrath, but straight to the Hereford man, and there could be a chance here for Hereford as they're over the halfway line with the number 34 on the left-hand side. Great challenge from Fryatt. Yeah,
cries of derision there from Hereford. I think it was a foul, but it was an excellent tackle, and it's gone for throw-in to the home side midway in... robust, yes, that's a good word to use. It's Jones with it, and it's flicked through to Rooney, but he can't get there, and... it's away by Milnes, who's fouled in the back of the game of the referee. Away by Fryatt. Kennedy underneath it, loses out. Richens fires the ball wildly down to the goalkeeper. Paul White comes out of his goal mouth and takes it into the penalty area. So it's even Stevens here. 12 minutes gone at Edgar Street. A rather foggy, misty Edgar Street. Typical November weather to come to the end of the month. It's played out wide. Hereford back in possession with the ball over into the Kettering half, coming forward, plays it out. No, he still gets the ball. It's a good run here, and away comes Jones, but he can't stop that from going out, and that should be a goal kick to Adam Cullen.
You can see the tactic from Hereford. They're playing it high over the top, those slide rule passes over to the back four. They've not yet...
Really, it's a good service to do that on, isn't it?
Well,
you couldn't do that at Latimer Park.
No, but they've not yet quite got to grips with the surface. Every ball through skidded off the surface and gone a little bit too far. So a little bit of feeling out. There's only, like you say, 12 minutes gone, so it's still a lot of time for them to work that out. Colin then with the goal kick goes high. Won't reach Perry again. Graham can't win the header, and away come Hereford again. No foul, says the referee. Scrappy football at the moment in terms of fouls. McGrath tries to play a looped ball to Sheriff. Out comes Paul White and clears that out of the ground. Is it going to fall in? No, it's going to fall in. It looked from our angle that it was going over the Len Weston stand.
Looking at John Lewis, the number 14 there for Hereford. He has the same physique, possibly, as
close, isn't it?
Close to Perry.
He'll be playing a very, very similar role, I would imagine, but he's going to have a little bit more
speed, hasn't he?
And he's going to have a little bit more support from Mooney as well, who seems to be playing higher up than Powell or Sheriff are for Kettering.
Well, the miss comes down even further. It's been just difficult to see in our half to a certain extent now. The goalkeeper stand out as Kettering get the ball. It's Richens being dispossessed. Be careful here, Richens, who went in rather late, gets away with it, but then commits the foul. Richards, of course, got booked for a similar sort of thing on Tuesday as the ball's put forward, blocked by Richards, who's in the action. Paul White having to come out to deal with this. He does so.
I'll tell you what, Paul White was not ready for the pace of Callum Powell there.
He wasn't. He slipped as well, didn't he, Paul? That's good to see. And
I just thought Callum Powell took off like a rocket. I mean, Paul White must have had a good 15 yards on him in distance.
Yeah, he certainly made him squirt a bit quicker, didn't he? And
that was impressive pace from Callum Powell. Storer takes the throw into Richards, back to Storer, loses the ball, gets another throw in though. Fryatt will take this throw in. Of course, we talked about getting crosses into Paul White. The first thing we need to do is get the ball down there. McGrath's going to try a shot, is he? I was going to say please don't.
That'd be an interesting one if he did.
Out. And actually he probably should have done, because he plays the pass straight out of the play on the far side for a throw-in for Hereford.
Yeah, so that possession that went against Kettering. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side in the Hereford half. 0-0 here. Poppers TV sponsored by Elga's Brewery, of course. Getting ready for the Christmas period, our Elgas, as we all are. The ball pumped forward, a chase here, and the ball headed back by Fryatt to Adam Collin as he wheels the ball out to Storer, who's got a bit of room on this right-hand side to move forward. Plays it central towards Perry. Perry is there. He wins the ball on. There's Sheriff. He turns, being pushed in the back. Puts the ball through to Sharp. Sharp on the byline. Might get the ball over. Decides to get the ball back to McGrath, and he puts another poor ball in, and it's easily cleared, but Graham puts it out wide again to McGrath, who's still stayed in that position. Puts the ball in again towards Perry. That'll go over though, sliced by the Hereford player, and Storer should capitalise as he chests it down. He's got Powell there, who does well. Powell is brought down there, Powell, and that will be a free kick on the angle of the penalty area.
Yeah,
Powell looks quite speedy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's very, very quick, and he's got some strength when he needs it as well. Yeah, that's going to be, you say, on the point of the penalty area, but about 3 or 4 yards further out.
It looks closer to us, doesn't it? Because we're, the different angle, the foreshortening of it.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's a good position for Kettering.
McGrath putting some very, very tasty crosses on Tuesday. He's on it again. Obviously, no Ben Milnes in the starting lineup. He is on the bench. He was suspended on Tuesday. But it should be interesting. It's going to curl in towards Paul White. So, like we said, the chances here put crosses on Paul White. This is a perfect opportunity. You won't get a better opportunity than this to put a cross in from McGrath. It's a great angle. In it goes, clipped in, headed down. Oh, it's away though. I didn't see who got the header on it, and cleared away by Hereford. Is it going to stay in play, or is it going to skid off that surface for a throw-in? John Lewis is going to try. Couldn't get there. Throw-in for Kettering.
Well, in all the games I've seen Kettering versus Hereford in recent seasons, this is the most even game I've seen between them.
So far, yeah. We've only had 16 and a half minutes. Actually,
normally they've imposed themselves here at Edgar Street, and usually a goal up by now, but certainly this is a good performance so far by the Poppies.
The Hereford match clock is about 20 seconds slow, by the way, just so you're aware. Paul, long throw in, overtaken by everyone, and straight into the hands of Paul White. No one can get on the end of that in blue and white. Long kick by White. That's a really good bit of distribution. Brought down by the number 34. Time for Luke Graham, though. Yeah, certainly Kettering have stemmed a little bit of early pressure from the Bulls. Luke Graham's pass is a bit too short, and it finds its way out to Hodgkiss.
181st game for Luke Graham today.
Cut out by Sheriff. Sheriff has an option here. He may want to go down the line. He's got no real options in the middle. Ball in, headed away and behind. Corner for Kettering. Powell was lurking at the back post. It was coming in at foot height. It had to be a diving header away by the Hereford man. Chance here for Kettering.
And so that's Luke Graham's 181st appearance. You were asking me earlier before we got on air how many he'd made. And
how many Storer got?
Storer's in about 137, something like that.
Not too far behind.
So, but Luke Graham, of course, done that in quite a few different spells where Storer's is all at one session, one continual. It's going to be a corner then to Kettering on the far side in the gloom at Edgar Street.
See who that is.
No, I can't see who that is.
Is it Kennedy?
Looks like Kennedy, which I thought
really are struggling with the fog.
It's a poor corner,
and my word, it's cleared straight out of play. Not out of play, sorry, out of the penalty area. Storer on the halfway line. And within 2 kicks, it's with Adam Collin on the edge of his own area.
Well, that was disappointing because we want to get Perry into this game as much as we can to cause havoc in that penalty area.
Oh, Kennedy can't get there, and annoyingly away it comes for Hereford, although McGrath might do something here. He doesn't. It's stabbed out to the right hand side. Advantage, says the referee. Not overly sure there was much of a foul anywhere in there. It's just one of those niggly ones. Back now. Kettering have got themselves set up defensively again. John Lewis trying to cause some issues. foul against Kennedy on John Lewis. Kennedy flummoxed by that decision by the referee.
Well, the referee having a quick word with Conor Kennedy, Kettering's leading goal scorer this season with 4 goals. He's scored 6 in his career for Kettering so far and been on the winning side once. So
what you're saying is whenever Conor Kennedy scores, we don't win?
Well, we won 1.
Apart from once.
That's basically it at the moment, yes.
That's fantastic. That's a really fantastic stat, Paul.
Well,
I can anywhere near the goal.
He's scored some crackers this season, though, hasn't he? As the free kick is swung into the Kettering area. That's going to be allowed to go. And wild swing there by McGrath, but he didn't get any contact on it. It goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. Luke Graham shouting out instructions to his men. And nobody rushing to collect the ball.
No,
Adam Collins gone multi-ball they've got here, of course.
At every ground, actually, at the moment, some kind of multi-ball system. Because of the sanitisation of your balls that has to happen.
Sorry?
Exactly.
I never thought we'd get away with that on the radio.
No, actually, it's in context. Adam Collins with the goal kick. That's a better one. Better length on it, but it finds Conor Kennedy up into the air. Headed down by Richin, should be cleared by Hereford, although has to go all the way back to Paul White to do so. Closed down by Perry, long ball up again looking for John Lewis, flicked on by John Lewis, has to be dealt with by Graham, it's missed by everyone, good challenge by Friott, and then it's back to Adam Collins, and it's cleared out via McGrath's backside.
Well, that could have gone horribly wrong, couldn't it? It was initially dealt with rather well, and then there was a clatter and a rebound, and it was hacked away. That would have been awful if that had gone in.
To Adam Collins there, and Collins clear, and it's clattered off the backside of McGrath, and it's currently a throw-in for Hereford. Got to be careful there. No foul, says the referee, although John Lewis was being held by a Kettering man in the penalty area.
I won't have that.
Well,
they got entangled.
Here come Hereford again. No foul there, please, Connor. He doesn't. Good interplay this by the home side. Cut out by a Kettering player and then cleared by Sheriff. Oh, that's a clash of bodies from Hereford. Both are okay, though. A mix-up between the centre-half Diggy and I can't see who that is. It might be Coke. Left the ball out for a throw for Kettering. But that
I thought you were going to say they're Coke having a stiff, but...
yeah, that was could have been a nasty knock. Thankfully it wasn't.
Has Paul White, has Adam Collins got a number on the back of his shirt?
I don't know. I have noticed that, and it doesn't look like
it. Could be a white one, and it intermingles in, yeah.
Ball put forward, Sheriff underneath it. Oh, he's got a chance here from a really poor clearance from Hereford. He can't bring the ball under control, though, and it is eventually cleared, but that was a chance for Sheriff. Just couldn't get his feet sorted away. Come Kettering again. Good challenge by Sheriff, but there's just white bodies all around him. Kettering trying to claim a free kick there. I can understand why, but I don't think it was one. Ball forward. The pace of Sharp has nullified that attack, but he's got to do something with it. Colin now, right-footed. Well, if he can't use his left foot, you can't really put it on his left foot there. He's got to play it out of play with his right foot. Don't make any mistakes.
He didn't, did he? And it's a throw-in to Hereford, but both sides probing at each other's defence, a bit like a chess game. Their sort of opening gambits have been equal.
Chess-related puns and comments you're coming out with. You've described Perry as the king. You're now saying it's a chess game.
Well, there's a certain element to it, isn't there? Looking at each other's moves, and
yes, of course, yeah.
They're playing quite diagonal, and then there's a sort of a day and night game.
Corner for Hereford. Anyway, it came off Sharp last. Be right-footed, swinging out. Was not a lot of players for Hereford committed to the area. Now they do. There's late runs in on the edge of the box. It's zonal marking for Kettering. They will have their men as well. I think they've got to look out here for Grimes, who's lurking around there behind everybody in the penalty. It comes in there, headed out, and a great save there from Adam Collins. I think it was off the line by Sharp, who's ball back in again, headed up by Graham, I think, and then Friott gets it away. It's on this left-hand side. That was a chance, best chance of the game so far. Now John Lewis has a chance. Will he wrap his foot around it? He does. Too much on it, no foul, says the
Well, we'll have to see the highlights later to see if that was a save by Collins, or it was Resharp on the line who was with Collins there. Our angle, it could have been either, but that was the first definite chance of the game, and Hereford really should probably be 1-0 ahead, but the heroics of the Kettering team there, Collins and Sharp, who's making a little name for himself there.
That's going to be a Certainly, and there's going to be a talking to for McGrath, who said something untoward towards the referee. Graham's been called over as well as captain. Paul Cox is backing his man up to the hilt from the touchline.
And rightly so. That was the first real chance of the game, really,
That's
and
the
best chance of the game. And it shows they're dangerous with the ball coming in. Kettering defence didn't really deal with it too well, but got away with it. And that's the sort of chance that we're hoping that Perry can get onto in the penalty area or in the 6-yard box if he gets the chance from a corner. But we'll have to wait and see. There's still a long discussion with the referee.
With Perry
they've been ordering a curry, I think they have. But
Colin now needs to make sure that these kicks are going long enough. A lot of them are falling short of Perry, and that one again is going to fall short of Perry. Hit on by McGrath though. Perry has the ball now, plays it to Sheriff. Sheriff now to Sharp. Sharp, Perry's not in the area now. He is. Ball in, deflected, but he'll get another chance at this. Perry goes back to McGrath. McGrath may play a long cross in. It is towards Perry. Lots of holding. Perry knocks it down. Doesn't fall to a blue shirt. Cleared away by Hereford again. That'll be out for a throw-in, and maybe Kennedy will be called upon for this one. In fact, he's not making his way over. Storer will be the man to get it.
No, he's coming over now, isn't he? So I think this is Kennedy's sort of range, isn't it? And
I was thinking that it's right on the edge of Kennedy's range, but it is what it is. Kennedy now, long throw in, up go the centre halves for it to get something, flick it on, maybe get a knockdown in there. We have seen a goal from a long throw in this season. Josh Scott it was on the end of it, headed on over the bar anyway, but there was a push allegedly by Friott, I believe, who has drawn
I can see Friott.
Yeah.
Well, in these conditions, it's difficult, but I can see a Friott.
Yeah. I predict a Friott. Paul White then with the free kick for Hereford inside his own area, just outside his 6-yard box. Effectively a goal kick. Here it goes, long. Friott can't win the header. Storer, doesn't bring the ball down. John Lewis has it in the corner now, back to Jones, the number 23, into the centre, bit of space here for Hereford, plays it out to Diggy on the halfway line. Now there's breaking forward, there's chances here for Hereford if they can find the right pass. Lots of interplay, not committing forward just yet, the home side, just keeping the ball moving, keeping the defence thinking, ticking over. Ball into John Lewis, cut out by it was cut out by Powell, but he gives it straight away again on the halfway line. Ball in, offside, doesn't get there anyway, so referee allows play on. Powell now looks for an option, lays it back to Storer. He's given him a lot to do.
That was a hospital ball, really, wasn't it, by Powell?
Great work from Storer. Well,
it was a hospital ball, wasn't it,
Paul
really?
Cox not happy with the referee. He thinks that he's gone in a little bit...
well, also the advantage he had as well. I mean, in the end, Storer came away with the ball and could have gone on, but it was brought back.
I think Paul Cox thinks that the player's gone in two-footed there. I don't think he has. I think it's just the way his second leg has followed through. Again, we'll have the highlights and we'll have a look at it, but...
We should have highlighted Hereford having 4 cameras here, I think, if not 5, so they must have every angle covered, and hopefully we'll be able to see some of this action later in next
That's a
week.
better kick from Colin. Well, Perry's being absolutely accosted there by 2 players.
He can handle it.
He can, but it was... it's been given back to Adam Collin, who has to do well with this, left-footed again. Not bad by Adam Collin, just get it out of play for a throw-in, but again, a really rather poor ball back to Adam Collin. Still 0-0, 28 minutes on the clock. What's the pitch like, says Greg.
Green.
Green, very nice to play football on.
It's Hereford with the ball in Kettering's half. The it's put out to Lloyd. Lloyd trying to find Mooney, but he can't. It found Jones instead. It's now back into the Hereford half. Grimes with it. Plays a long ball, intercepted by Friott. Gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy flicks the ball through to Perry. Kennedy went down. Nothing given, but McGrath tries a long ball. He might be asking too much of Sharp, and he was. And Powell. The ball has gone, and Powell even, and it has gone out for a throw-in deep in the Hereford half on our right-hand side. Any more bits, Ed?
That's about it. Just a few A few comments, come on Poppies, things like that. We've got a Hereford fan as well listening to us. Welcome to you. I hope we're not too biased. Of course we are, but you know what I mean.
As if.
As if indeed. Throw-in still yet to be taken. Now it is down the line. John Lewis, the man looking for it, does flick it on. Up into the air by Kennedy. Can't get there from Perry. Cleared up and away. Richards knocks it down to Kennedy. Kennedy through to Sharp. Sharp now to Sheriff. Heavy touch.
Sharp should have taken the shot on his own, I think there. He was in the centre by the penalty spot, and he could have slammed that ball past Paul White, but he wanted to make sure, and nothing came from it. But a definite chance the Poppies as Hereford now come away with the ball. They're in their own half. It's a good triangles at the moment from Hereford. A good take out there. Good challenge by Richards. Takes no prisoners and puts the ball and the player into the stand. Marvellous stuff.
Great challenge, that. All of the ball and only
Chopper Harris, eat your heart out.
Oh well, no one's been keeping tabs on the man in the centre for Hereford from that throw in, and now they have a chance on this left hand side. It's Finn. Cross in is deflected behind by Storer. Lots of shouting by the Kettering back line to leave the number 16 McQuilkin all by himself in the centre of the park. And now Hereford have got a corner from it. And
well, this is where the danger was last time, Ed, wasn't it? From the last corner that we had, there was all sorts of confusion. But
yeah, we've got Sharp on the post again.
So he did a great job the first time the ball comes in. The Storer's being held down, and the ball finds its way from the Mooney to Colin. Colin distributes the ball. Mooney stays down. It's Sheriff, but it goes straight through to Paul White, who holds his hands up, and Mooney's holding his top of his thigh.
Yeah, it's quad.
He's okay. His quad, as Ed says, whatever they are. Didn't have those in my day when I played football. Quads and pecs. No,
of course not.
We had buckets of water and sponges.
Of course you did, yeah.
Ligaments weren't invented either.
Were they not?
But
evolution at its best.
That's
Ball
it.
down the line, headed away by Fryatt, brought down by Storer. Oh, it's a heavy touch out, so he has to go long. Brought down by Perry. It's a good flick on.
The carrier wasn't really aware of it, was he? Perry looks at him thinking, where were you? But it's Hereford with the ball on the far side, breaking away again. Plays it back to Coke. Coke over the halfway line just. And he plays it square to McQuilkin, I think his name is. Hell of a name that is, isn't it? But it's good work here from Hereford, playing good 1-2s, but that goes out for a Kettering throw-in. 0-0 here. 31.5 minutes gone. You'll listen to Poppies TV audio with Ed Palmer and Paul Cook, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery.
Still feeling the thigh is Mooney. Not moving incredibly well, but I think he's told the bench that he's fine to carry on. Very even game so far, though Hereford having the best chance of the half. Cleared off the line by Sharp or saved by Colin. We're not sure from where we're sat which one it was, but we're sure we will see. Headed away by Graham and then completed the header backwards by Fryatt into the hands of Adam Colin, who bowls left to McGrath. McGrath now can punch it forward or to left. He does neither. And now he does go left. No, he doesn't. He goes back into the centre again, still with the ball. Now he goes left. Ball forward to Sheriff. Sheriff brings the ball down. He's working round. Referee's going to have to give a foul either way. Oh, he's given nothing either way. Maybe he was saying that both players were fouling, so we'll just carry on. But away come Hereford again on this right-hand side. Kennedy in hot pursuit of Hodgkiss. Back now on the halfway line, just over the halfway line for Hereford. Goes along to the 6, Grimes. Grimes with that short ponytail. Back to McQuilkin. Back to Grimes again. Ball forward. Oh, headed up and not really away by Fryatt. Graham's underneath it. Can't get there. Should be cleared by McGrath. It is calmly to Sharp. And Sharp now has to look for an option. He goes back to McGrath. I don't really think he wanted it there. And he's struggling, McGrath. He's got no options. He goes to Luke Graham, who plays to him. That's really nice football in really dangerous conditions by McGrath. Oh, I don't know about that. McGrath's gone over. I think he
mistimed his own kick, isn't he?
Yeah, and the linesman's given nothing who's 2 yards away from it. The referee, who's about 15 yards away from it, has given the foul. I must admit, I'm not overly sure.
After explanation of some nice football from Kettering, to see that example after was almost ironic.
Yeah, that was... I think the referee has spared McGrath's blushes there. I think the referee will I think McGrath owes the referee one a little bit. Adam Collin then with the free kick. He has to get this up to Perry. I say his kicks have been a bit short and a bit off so far. That's looking a bit better.
Goes straight to Grimes though. It comes forward. Graham's underneath the scrum. Needs to get there first. Gets there just.
Oh dearie me.
And a mistake there by Luke Graham.
No, it was Ryan Fryatt.
Undeserved opener for the Bulls. But a mistake by Luke Graham's deft header. Ryan Fryatt was it? I thought it looked like Luke Graham, but it was Ryan Fryatt. Deft header didn't reach him. Adam Collin, the foot of the Hereford player did, who lobbed it over Collin into an empty net. 1-0 to the home side. Not what the doctor ordered.
Poor, very, very poor from Kettering, I have to say. It was a ball over the top. It should have been dealt with. It wasn't. Fryatt decided to be cute and head it back to Adam Collin. It was at knee height. You're never going to get the power on it from there. You just put your boot through it, put it anywhere. Didn't get enough on it. The Hereford player nipped in front of him, stabbed it past Collin. It's Hereford 1, Kettering 0, and that is not the start that Kettering would have wanted. They would have wanted to at least kept this at 0-0.
Well, they've looked comfortable, haven't they, up until that point? I mean, is really not against the run of play, but neither side really. A mistake has actually made this game into a game now. Kettering need to respond quickly straight away for the disappointment of that. They've played well up until that point. Perry shields the ball to Storer. Storer into the half, gets it back to Richens. Richens squares it to Kennedy. Kennedy with a bit of space in the centre of the park. He squares the ball to Sharp.
That's McGrath.
I can't see from this angle where I am really, but now it's with Sharp on the lights. Back to McGrath in the orange boots. He flicks it forward to Sheriff. Sheriff's under pressure, flicks it through. I don't think this will be kept in.
It is.
It's now gone for a corner. Can Kettering respond to this straight away? It's in the misty end, which we will struggle to see, but Kettering deserve to be at least level in this game. Don't deserve that. And again, another mistake has cost Kettering dearly. Paul Cox will be fuming with that, and up until that point Kettering have dealt with Hereford exceptionally well with what chances they've had, and have been unlucky themselves not to do something at the other end, but it gives them a chance now. As we know, Paul White is rather dodgy at the back post. Let's hope we have one of these. The ball comes up. Terrible corner.
Even left the ground.
The grass cutter, wasn't it? And
goodness me,
that was terrible. The ball is now back with Adam Collin, and he delivers the ball forward towards Perry. Perry shields. It's been held back all the time, Perry, but the ball back with Storer. Storer finds Kennedy. Kennedy turns, bets the ball to Storer on this wing here. He flicks it through, but Perry's out of position, and it is Mooney with it at the moment, who was injured a little while ago. Goes down, fouled, and is on the halfway line. Ed, that was a poor goal to concede.
Really poor. There's no explaining that. Annoyingly, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those things. It's a mistake.
One of those things are happening too often, though. That is the problem with the defensive errors that we've had this season. It's another one in the catalogue.
Put his boot through it. It's the best option out of everything there.
If in doubt, get it out. Clear it, isn't it? It's what we were always told.
John Lewis can't get there. He's in a tussle with McGrath.
And still, this amazing statistic for Adam Collin. Hasn't kept a clean sheet in a league match yet. And after his pre-season, where he was not unbeatable, but certainly didn't concede too many. Anyway, he gets the ball towards Sheriff. He can't do much with it. Hereford on the attack again on the halfway line, being pumped forward. The chase here for McGrath, but he can't get the ball. Comes in. Luke Graham chests it straight to a Hereford player, and luckily he slipped, otherwise that could have been a shot on target. Luke Graham would have been at fault for that one. The Hereford player's down in the box, holding his thigh as he goes down. Maybe just the cannon of the ball that's hit him. Still going forward, and Kettering get the ball. We might put this out. No, the Hereford player's up. It's been blocked. It's all going wrong for Kettering at the moment, isn't it? Every rebound seems to be going Hereford's way, and Richens just scoops the ball away, and Kyle Perry is offside. His pace there was too much for the Hereford defensive line, but that will be a free kick, which Paul White hasn't taken. 38 minutes gone. It's 1-0 to the Bulls, and I won't say against the run of play, but certainly neither side really need to be a goal down. It was just a mistake there from Kettering that seemed to have these mistakes in them that normally cost a goal. And that seems to be the story so far of the season. But plenty of time to repair that damage and go on and win this game 2 or 3-1. We did say a 2-1 win in the car on the way down here, so that's still on, Ed.
Oh yeah, it's just frustrating how the 1 has come about.
Indeed, but it is Lewis who loses the ball. He gets it to Mooney, who's then taken down. Nothing by the referee. Sheriff can't keep the ball, but it somehow gets to Storer. Storer now with plenty of space. Hasn't seen Powell on this right-hand side. Storer still with the ball now. He's over the halfway line. Puts the ball through towards Powell. Nothing happens. It's arrived at Kennedy's feet. Kennedy, will he try a long ranger? No, he's given the ball. I can't see
Perry.
who that is. Perry puts the ball in. There's a chance here on a flick that's been air shot, and it is easily cleared by Hereford. Ball with Lewis on the halfway line. Coming forward is Grimes. Grimes got Storer in front of him. Plays the ball to Lewis. Lewis will 1-2. Richards will have to play the ball back to Colin. He doesn't. Slips but still gets the ball. Good work there from Richards. But once again, Coke denies Powell, and Hereford compose themselves in their own half before spraying the ball to the centre circle. He finds Lloyd, and a cut out there by Luke Graham. Luke Graham to Sheriff. Sheriff, he's got Perry on the wing, but there was no chance and would have been offside if the ball had reached him. Don't forget, Perry hasn't got that pace to carry, but you can certainly use him in the 6-yard box if you get the ball. Hereford then with it. Good work here to Lewis. Graham has been turned but wins the ball back, loses it though, and he'll be offside if that happens, but he isn't. It's the number 11, Finn. And he finds Jones. Jones puts the ball in here, headed out by Fryatt, but Hereford closing this first half down with a bit of pressure. The foul on Richards, nothing given, and Jones has been given the ball. The ball is whipped in, headed out again, but only towards McQuilquin. And a good challenge there from Kennedy. Gets the ball back to Adam Collin. 1-0 to Hereford, the Bulls. There is another word we could put after that, but we won't.
Careful.
The Bulls, Hereford.
Sure, that's what you meant. Kick long by Colin. This will find Perry, who's losing that battle, unfortunately. Headed by McGrath, flicked on, headed away again, bricked up by Storer on his chest. Now going forward, still Gary Storer. Finds Powell. Powell looking for an option. Hasn't really got many. Has to go back to McGrath and ball. The referee says no. Kettering keep the ball anyway. Good little 1-2. Powell will get there. Good challenge by the Hereford man. Strong challenge, but takes the ball as well. Throw in for Kettering, but
Paolo's certainly shown his pace, hasn't he? And certainly got something about him. And
it's causing some issues. Kettering can't get the ball into the area that he needs it in at the moment.
Long
Long throw in, I'd imagine, here coming from Kettering. Kennedy is already over there. It's about 12 yards away from the byline, so in line with the penalty spot, if you like, on the right-hand side of Kettering's attack as we start getting attacked by a bird. Throw in then, long. Richards has to come back to help out defensively as Hereford have left an extra man up. Throw in maybe at some point today in this game. Throw in it goes. Headed away, should be picked up by Richards. It is back out to Kennedy. Kennedy takes a touch. He needs to put a cross in here. Low front post cleared, or collected by Paul White. Low. Needs to be in the air, I think, a little bit there by Connor Kennedy, but.
Yeah, it's a good take from Paul White. Can't deny that. Don't forget he was a quality goalkeeper for Kettering. He played for at least 3 seasons and is the second, I think, goalkeeper of clean sheets in Kettering's history from 1979. So he's a decent keeper. But Luke Graham gets the ball to Fryatt. He gets it to Powell, who can't quite get there, loses it. There is Jones, but he's lost it also. Gets it to Richards. He's lost the ball. It's back with Hereford. A bit scrappy at the moment as Kettering can't get their feet on the ground. A good long ball on the far side. Good take there. Chance here for Mooney on the outside. Tries one in. Fires and that just go by Collins' far post there. He was at full stretch. He must have got something on it.
Either that or a deflection, I'm not sure.
It is a corner. But again, that was quite a way out. He took a shot. Another chance for Hereford. and a corner in the 44th minute of this first half, with the hosts leading this contest 1-0 here at Edgar Street. Corner's been a little bit of a problem for the Poppies in this game. It's got a bit of chaos, especially with a short one taken quickly.
Oh dear, no one's picked him at all.
Kettering weren't aware of that. It comes in again across, right-footed. Back post header, there's Lewis, can't get his foot in. Kennedy clears it away, prods it away, but Hereford return the ball into the penalty area, cleared by Richards, but again only to the halfway line, where it's picked up by the defence of the home side. It's now back wide on the far side. Hereford putting in a good few minutes, blocked by Sheriff, but again given away, and Hereford get a chance to rebuild and capitalise on that early goal, mid goal in this first half. A mistake from Kettering caused that, of course, which was a shame, because it had been a very even contest up until that point. It still is. But Hereford with a all-important goal. It's sprayed out wide. Straw thought about trying to cut it out, but the poor ball goes out for a throw-in. 1-0 as we go into the 45th minute.
15 seconds left of time. We'll wait to see if there's going to be some added time by the referee. There should be. A couple of stoppages and a goal. You'd expect about a minute. Parry wins the flick on. No one's running off him, but Paul White has to come all the way out. It's a sliced clearance, and as luck would have it, as it has been all season, it's not fallen to a Kettering.
Had the spin gone the other way, the ball would have actually gone into Kettering's favour, but it was an off-spinner, and it didn't.
You do have to say, in some of the games that Kettering have played, that there has been an element of misfortune. Like, there's been a few goal line scrambles that just haven't been able to go over, and again, it's just goes to show. That's a sliced clearance by Paul White. Oh, and there's 1 minute added time, but here come Hereford again. It's cut out high up the pitch, and it's Linnell John Lewis, deflected shot. It's going to be a corner. Deary me, Kettering give the ball away again at the back.
The man behind there shouldn't be doing that with the ball. He should...
no, he can, but he has to sterilise it now.
Yeah, so we'll see if this ball is sterilised or not in the COVID society that we're in, and see what he's doing here with it. Having a look here, getting the thumbs up. Another ball coming, so that ball is being done correctly. Well done, sir.
COVID
guidelines. I should keep my eye on that ball just to make sure that it is
I'd imagine
done correctly.
That we are about to head. This will be the last action of the first half. Headed straight into the arms of Adam Collin. There's no one forward. Adam Collin just kills the game effectively. Is waiting for half time. Yeah, no rush from Adam Collin. Get in at 1-0 and assess and go again in the second half. Long kick, half time is blown. So there we have it then, an even first half. Hereford had a great chance halfway in when the ball was headed forward, and it was either cleared off the line by Sharp or saved by Collin, we're not sure. But then, after all the even and hard work from both sides, it took a mistake to break the deadlock. Ball high into Kettering's half, bounced very low. Fryatt decided to get down low and diving header it back to Adam Collin, got nothing on it at all. Allowed the Hereford man to skip in and knock it past the stranded Kettering number one. That's the goal that separates Kettering and Hereford so far. Kettering haven't had a great deal of shots on goal. Paul White kept relatively clean, no real shots to face, a few crosses, but Paul Cox will be livid with the way that Kettering have conceded in this first half after such good work and such an even game. Join us again in about 10-15 minutes. We're going to have a break for a moment just to catch our breath back. But it is here, half-time at Edgar Street. It is Hereford 1, Kettering Town 0.
How many are you watching?
Well, welcome back to Edgar Street. The teams have just made their way out onto the pitch, and it's not been a happy half-time for Kettering fans, or for the Kettering players. I'd imagine there's going to be a substitution straight away at the start of the second half. It's going to be Ben Milnes is coming on, and it's going to be Sharp coming off. Flat back four then, I'd imagine, with McGrath going to left back. And another body in midfield. What do you think of that, Mr. Cook?
Surprised, to be honest. As you say, it was disappointing in the end, the first half. It was evenly matched, I think, first half. One mistake costing... we've seen a replay of the mistake, and when you do see it, you can bring your own conclusions to it, but disaster, I think someone will be saying later on tonight on TV. But... it will be Kettering to kick off. Ben Milnes replacing Sharp, who I didn't think had played that bad, to be fair.
Very well, actually.
Yep, so must be a tactical formation.
It is, yeah. It'd be a 4-3-3, I'd imagine now.
But, Kettering kicking from now right to left towards the Ronnie Radford end, as I'm going to keep calling it. And let's hope that we can have something spectacular like that in the second half. Paul White's not been troubled that much. False start there by...
reset the clock again.
Yeah, the Carl Perry's put a bootlace over the line, and the referee... what a pedantic referee, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
But there we go, we're on to play. And McGrath trying to get the ball to Sheriff. Sheriff straight away into the action, but Hereford... can't stop that, prevent that from going out of play. Be an early throw-in, and in a good position for Connor Kennedy on this left-hand side. And he's be a long throw-in. Perry, of course, a handful, hopefully, for Hereford in the middle. And Luke Graham's going up there. He's had a few chances, Luke Graham, this season to put the ball in the net, but hasn't taken them. Holding hands at the moment with the Hereford player. I don't think that was allowed, but anyway, it's going to be Kennedy coming in with it. Ball into the area. Graham flicks it on. Back post here. There's
shot!
One goal! 1-1. What a good goal that was.
What a start to the second half. It was Callum Powell. The ball was flicked on by, Luke Graham's getting the plaudits. It actually came off a Hereford man, and it found Callum Powell with all the space in the world about 14 yards out. It bounced once, it bounced twice, he then absolutely cracked it into the bottom corner past Paul White. Nothing any of the goalkeepers could do about that. 1-1, great start to the second half for Kettering, just the start they would have wanted.
Indeed, yes. It lovely little flick on or miss flick on, and it was powerfully driven by Paul White in desperation. He couldn't do anything about it. And really it's the first real chance that Kettering have had in front of goal, and they have taken it. Paul Cox, team talk, must have done something. They've come straight out and got back into that game. Game on in this second half now at 1-1, and that will do the lads a power of good. And it's done me and Ed the power of good as well. And we are off with Hereford from the kick-off, now having to readjust from a winning position at the moment. Plenty of time though. We did forecast. I won't go on to our forecast now just in case it doesn't come off, but if you were listening, you know what we did think the result would be, or hoped it would be. But it's Hereford in the gloomy part of the ground, which is now desperately coming down the
it's darkness
isn't it?
Now, isn't it, with the floodlights on, which is going to make it...
can't see a great deal. So as a
referee, I can see that's a foul though. I thought I'd seen it as a foul the other way, but he's given it towards Hereford, and I'm not overly sure that there's a case for that. The Hereford man didn't jump, the Kettering man did. Backed into the Kettering man and has got the foul for it.
Well, play has been stopped while the Hereford man... Oh no, he's got up off his feet like Lazarus.
We're going to really struggle to see what happens in that penalty area. Now it is, with the floodlights on, it's actually making it a lot worse. Because it's now cutting the fog, lighting the fog up rather than the players.
I suppose the bit of it is, Ed, in the area that we need it to be good. It's quite good, isn't it, in front of Paul White?
Yes,
but
we're right next
down
to
the other end, it is very gloomy and hard to see indeed. So
Paul
we're going to have
get a clean sheet against his former club,
which is nice. But it's going to be a free kick just outside the penalty area on the left-hand side, more central though on the left-hand side. The referee getting the wall back the 10 yards. This needs to be kept out by Kettering, not to concede straight away after getting their own equaliser. To let one in now would be a disaster, and it comes to flicked on there, back post missed, and it goes for a goal kick. Hereford trying to claim that it came off a Kettering player for a corner, but they can complain all they like. It's a goal kick.
Definitely a goal kick, even with the fog in the distance. I can see that is a
plain as a pikestaff, I think it's called, isn't it?
Yes.
What is a pikestaff?
I don't know. It's, to be honest, it's the first time I've ever heard that phrase used. But there we are. Goal kick for Adam Collin. Then in the fog, you can just see his day-glow yellow kit. Good kick. Milnes can't win it. Storer up into the air. Richards underneath it. Wins that header. Brought down by Kennedy. Now goal scorer. Looking for an option. He loses the ball though, does Powell. But here come Kettering, pressing high, not giving Hereford any time on it. This is better from Kettering. That's what they need to be doing. Hereford can play passes if they're given the time to. And just closing down the back four gives another sort of dynamic to the game. They try and come away again. Ball hit long, should be cleared out. It is unceremoniously up the pitch by Fryatt. That header forward by the Hereford man is going to go out for a Kettering throw-in. Is halfway inside their own half. So, great start to the second half. Kettering have equalised through Callum Powell. His first goal for the club in his second start. His second appearance, in fact. A good strike it was as well. You'd have, you've been annoyed if he'd missed it, but it was still a good hit. Wasn't anything scrappy about it. He caught it well and gave Paul White no chance. Here come Hereford though. They're going to break out onto the right-hand side. They tried to go central. A bit of a slip. Cleared away, and Connor Kennedy is now breaking down the wing. Foul advantage, says the referee, as Connor Kennedy still going. He's got Powell with him. Now he uses Powell. Powell has a chance here on the edge of the box. Step over. Clips the ball through. It's into the front post. Oh, he can't shoot. Ben Milnes puts it across. Cleared away. Powell looking for a second. No, he's slipped as he took the touch there. No claims from him either to try and get the penalty.
Well, I was going to mention it. But good movement there from Kettering, and as Ed said, certainly have come out and...
I wonder whether Ben Milnes could have shot rather than trying to bring it down first time. I know he's right-footed, and I know it would have been having to drag it with his left foot, but maybe just try and get something on target. He tried to control it, and it took him too far to the byline, and he did get a good ball in. It was deflected away, but there's a chance there for Kettering, and I tell you what, Kettering are up for this. I wonder what happened in the dressing room, whether it was maybe a bit of hairdryer. Again, there's two men. Hey! Well, there was a hand round the throat of Perry there. There was a hand round the throat. The referee wasn't looking at it. The whole bench has seen it. And Perry's telling the referee that he got his hand round the throat. Kennedy and Sheriff and Hodgkiss are getting involved now. It's back into Royal.
Well, the Hereford player would have to go. If the referee saw that, he'd have to go, wouldn't he? Because that was disgusting. If one of the officials has seen it, the player has to go. He's raised the hand to the throat. I don't think the referee's seen it, though. I think he's going to get away with it. Rocky Ramshaw's over there giving his tuppence. I don't know if the linesman saw it, but you have to say, if the referee sees it, he goes. You can't raise your hand to an opponent. He was grabbed round the throat. It was clear as day. It was absolute clear as day. We're not being rose-tinted there. We're not being rose-tinted. It did happen. You'll see it on the highlights. Well, they'll probably cut that out, won't they?
They probably will. But,
you probably won't see it on the highlights, but that was a blatant one.
He was right round the throat and the chin of Perry. It's a straight red card if the referee sees it. The referee has his book out. I believe it's going to be a booking. And, well, Coke has got away with one there because he's got his hand round his throat. The referee was looking the other way to see what was happening with the ball through. And, well, I'll have to say, Coke has got away with that one. And, again, that's not our rose-tinted spectacles on. He did get him by the throat. It is a red card. But the referee's not going to give it. He's going to give a booking. Oh, he's booking Perry. Perry's
that's
done absolutely nothing. He's been grabbed by the throat.
Another quality refereeing display there again.
Apparently now being grabbed by the throat is a bookable offence. I never knew. Anyway, throw in for Kettering. It's McGrath who's going to take it. That's an unbelievable decision. And they're still going at it, Coke and Perry. And here comes Sheriff. And there's a chance here if he can get there. He can't quite. Shielded out of play. by Grimes, but well. You can see John Ramshaw is livid. Absolutely.
He's not
livid.
the only one, Ed. I mean, I've never seen anything so blatant in my life as that. And to see the referee just dismiss it.
The problem is he's not seen it.
But why has he booked Perry if he's not seen it then?
Well, because he's seen Perry react, hasn't he? All he's seen, he's turned round and Perry has reacted. And he's not seen the hand on the throat. That's a great ball through, though. Meanwhile, Powell is going to get there with his pace. Perry's in the middle. Sheriff's in the middle. On the right-hand side now. Cuts in onto his left foot, looking for an option. Puts the ball through.
Oh, what a goal that was! I bet Hereford will try and get it postponed now because it's going to be blooming sunny. It's going to be foggy.
Goodness me, what a goal that is. Callum Powell with the outside of his right foot curls it round Paul White in off the back of the post. Second goal of the game for Callum Powell. What a finish that is. Suddenly, within 10 minutes of the second half restarting, it's Hereford 1, Kettering Town 2, and Callum Powell's got them both, including an absolute stunner.
Well, that was unbelievable. It really was. Paul White, we know, is a fantastic goalkeeper, but he could get nowhere near that. It did come off the post, which even makes it look even better, doesn't it? Which you will see on the highlights. 2 cracking goals from Callum Powell just after that incident involving Perry. And Kettering from 1-0 down at half-time have come back to take a 2-1 lead here at Edgar Street. Roles reversed.
Sensational. That is a sensational goal. He's took it in on his left foot, and you think for all the world he's either going to chip it towards the back post where Perry's standing, or he's going to try a left-footed shot. He goes with the outside of his right foot, curls it up and over Paul White, in off the post. An absolute sensational strike here. A wonder strike by Callum Powell. He's now on a hat-trick as well, by the way. But Kettering are now 2-1 up. Of course, they have been 2-1 up away from home against a team who play in white. We won't mention how that one finished, but here's a chance for that team in white, and Sheriff does enough to put it out of play for a corner, a quick restart.
Yeah, that team in white, though, that we won't mention, were playing a lot better than Hereford have been playing, and Kettering really deserved to be 2-1 ahead in this game, where I don't think
the second half it's been a
scintillating display.
Paul said has got the team into another gear, but here's a corner for Hereford, and they have been dangerous from corners and crosses in general. In it comes, cleared away at the front post. It'll be have another go. It's another corner. So we'll see what happens from this one. We are now deep fog from where we are.
Yeah, I mentioned jokingly that Hereford will probably try and get it cancelled or postponed because it's foggy, because they're losing.
And whenever games postponed, it's taken off the head of another Hereford player there by his own teammate, and it will be a throw-in for Kettering if it goes out. Which it's been played off. I honestly can't see over there because of the fog, but it's a throw-in for. It's a difficult
one, isn't it, to see over there? It really is. The ball is
big pitch
wide.
Anyway.
It is.
But with the fog over there, ball in, headed goalwards. No, it's not. It's headed past. Oh, what a goal!
Great goal!
What
an equaliser that is! If you thought Callum Powell's goal was good, this one was equally as good. And Kettering's lead once again hasn't lasted very long indeed. It was scored by Captain Hotchkiss, and what a stunning strike that was to level the scores. 2-2 here at Edgar Street.
Goodness me, what a finish that was! It was flicked on. Hotchkiss didn't take a touch. He absolutely half volleyed it in off the underside of the crossbar. Really good finish with Desmond here at Edgar Street. And we've only had 10 minutes of the second half. 3 goals in 10 minutes in this game then for both sides. 2 for Kettering, 1 for Hereford. Interesting times for Paul Cox. He won't be happy with that. It is a wonder strike. He will ask the question as to how he was left unmarked at the back post. But this game has burst into life, and we often see, don't we, those little incidences, kick-off games, and they have. There was a quick goal, but then there was the fracas down here, and that's spurred Kettering on, and Hereford have equalised straight away. Greg says, you said there'd be goals, but yes, sorry about that. There are. We were hoping more of them for Kettering.
The worrying aspect here is you mentioned about the other team playing in white, and it was 2-2 at one stage there after a very quick equaliser. Kettering couldn't stay in the lead for more than a few minutes. The same things happened here. Let's hope it's not deja vu with the final result as Hereford press again in the Kettering's half. It's John Lewis with it and taken away by Kennedy, but it's back with Hereford. Over on the far side though, and Powell allows that to go out for a Kettering throw, which he was going to take himself, decides not to, as the rolling mist comes in even more. Can just determine who is who over there. I can see a steward obviously with yellow high vis.
Well, high vis doing its job, I think.
It is, yes, high vis working well, but headed on by Storer, but cleared by Hodgkiss, back ahead by Graham. Hodgkiss again, offside flag goes up, and that will be a free kick.
It's been given for a foul rather than the offside, which is wrong because the offside was first, but
that is true.
They played it short anyway, so it makes no difference.
So into the 59th minute here, and what a second half it's been. 3 goals, as Ed has said, and spectacular goals as well. Only the mistake in the first half from Kettering from making all 4 super goals.
We're not. That's too fast this time. Hereford's clock. Foul by Richards there, says the referee. Unhappy is Michael Richards.
Well, there was a false start one in the second half.
Maybe they didn't reset. That's a very good point, but there we are. Oh no, they might just be right actually.
Well, it's Hereford with the ball in their own half. The number 8 there, Coke, who's involved in that fracas, trying to take the ball forward. He does. He gets it through to the goal scorer, Hodgkiss. There is Powell over his head. A foul there by Kennedy, and the referee has given it our way, which is right, as Kennedy is holding his head. And referee going over to have a word with it's Coke again who's causing the problems.
I think he's going to be last warning here, Coke.
Well, he's not should have been sent off initially for the foul on Perry.
Is speaking to the referee, booking for McGrath. Oh, here we go. I think it's probably for dissent, because he did get warned in the first half for speaking to the referee. He's been given for dissent.
The problem with McGrath, once he gets booked, he gets a bit fruity, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's now having a word with the linesman. Or Josh Gowling, I don't know, they stood next to each other. No, he's speaking to...
Well, Luke Graham is taking a bit of a berating from the referee as well, but it's going to be...
He's telling him to keep his players under control.
Well, keep McGrath under control.
Yeah, it's not 10
years.
You
should be having a word with Hereford about keeping Coke under control.
Should, yeah, as well.
Because he's a disgrace.
He's very, very, very lucky to still be on the pitch. Coke still chatting with Gowling is McGrath.
Of course, McGrath did play for Hereford, didn't he? The ball comes in, it comes through to Perry. He can't do much with it, and it's a slice here. Perry's there. Can he do something? Perry is taken away, and it was almost a dream debut there for Perry, but he couldn't get his foot on it. It's ball's out wide to Powell. Powell puts the ball in here. There's Graham. Oh! What a goal that is! Unbelievable from Ryan Fryatt.
Oh, the quality of goals we're seeing here at Edgar Street is absolutely outstanding. This time, Powell, goal scorer, turned assist, puts the ball in, Fryatt flicks it on at the front post, volleys it into the top corner on the far side. Absolutely sensational. 3-2 Kettering, 16 minutes of the second half gone.
4 absolutely stunning goals in this half. All of them unbelievable. You'll see them on the highlights, and they are tremendous strikes from all the players. Only the first goal really was a bit of a dodgy one, but the rest of them have been outstanding.
If there's a 1-1 or a 1-0, the first goal that Powell scored, you say what a great finish it is. But really, the goals that have been scored since have made it look like Sunday League finishing.
Indeed.
It's made it look like it was a tap-in.
Ryan Fryatt there, obviously frustrated at various things, has put in an absolute classic.
Goodness me, Ryan Fryatt. Yeah, like you say, he made a mistake at the same end of the pitch that he scored from, actually. But in the first half, he's more than made up with it. But what a finish! I mean, the technique, you'd expect to see that from a forward, and it's a centre-half. Oh, Parry's being absolutely
mullered, isn't he? I like seeing him when he played against us.
Oh, he was
an absolute monster, and he's proving to be a bit of a monster here, which is just what we need. And the ball being hooked away.
Lost in the air now.
Yep.
Yeah, you see that. It's just hit a Hereford player. Didn't know a lot about it. Ball put forward from Storr. It's over hit, and Powell says, "Good effort. I wasn't quite there," and takes the credit for that mistake, I guess. But Hereford have it in the back four again. I have no idea how this game's going to go. We've still got half an hour of this game to play. We've seen 4 goals in this second half. Like I say, all of them sensational. McGrath heads the ball away, completed by Richins. Kennedy's being accosted. No way you're going to give that, referee. He's put his head down there. Away come Kettering. It's with Powell. Well, head injury, but the referee's not stopped it. Powell goes past one, goes past another one, still going Callum Powell. Oh, he just couldn't quite get there. Still a head injury. The player's down, and that's an interesting effort from the Hereford man, who I think he tried to catch Colin off his line, but was about further away from the goal than he was.
It's not often that Paul White concedes 3 goals in a game.
No,
Very rarely did he do it for Kettering.
Let's be honest, he's had absolutely nothing he could do about any of the goals. They have been sensational finishes. Sometimes as a goalkeeper you have to put your hands up and go, but there's nothing I can do. The first goal is so close in, and the second and third goals are wonder strikes.
Yeah, you won't see better goals than those tonight on Match of the Day if you're watching it. These are colossal goals, aren't they?
Unbelievable.
I think we're quite privileged to see it live, Ed, really, with the last time that will happen on a Saturday anyway, before fans are allowed back in certain grounds anyway. But back to the game. It's Powell who's in possession. No, he's not. He can't get there. White's come out to the edge of his area. Balls it back. Some substitutes warming up here for Hereford as they're taking possession. Kettering at the ball, but give it away straight away. It's Grimes on the far side. He's taking his time. He's looking around. Plenty of things to do. Looks up, passes the ball forward. Cut out by Fryatt. And but again, it's back into the Hereford half, who mop up quite easily. It is Digi. Strange old name, Digi. Didgeridoo, do?
I say Diggy, but
Diddy.
I don't know what's correct. I'm sure someone will
let us know. Yeah, they normally do. So it is Kennedy, and there's a foul, and
it's a head injury. No, it's
a head
not a foul,
injury,
it's
is
a
it?
Head injury.
So play will
stop.
stop.
I presume it will be a drop ball or something similar.
Don't forget on Tuesday night.
He's fine enough to start having a go at the referee for something. So I don't think we're too concerned.
Don't forget on Tuesday night, Ed and myself will be covering the game against Kettering Saharas at Agbra Stadium. First time I've been there for a few seasons. Of course, last season's game didn't take place due to the suspension of the league, but we'll be there on Poppy's TV audio for you, so please tune in.
Well, if you're just tuning into this game, we're 65 minutes in, and if you went off at half-time and decided you'd
had
get
enough.
a drink or something, or go and pop to the shops or something and have come back, you are reading that right. Kettering are 3-2 up, and the 4 goals that have been scored in this half have been sensational. There could be another one here. Kennedy can't bring it down. Twisting, turning, lays it back to Richards. Shot deflected away. And it'll be Richards who picks it back up again. Ball in. Can't find Parry. Headed away from Paul White. And it should be cleared by Hereford. It is picked up by Fryatt, who's had a... well, I don't think it was a shot. It was just to hit the ball forward. Ended up possibly giving Paul White a bit of trouble, but he collects it well. Away come Hereford again. Down the line, Luke Graham was a bit slow out there. Foul, yeah. McGrath slipped a little bit and gone into him. Gowling's asking the referee. He's already in the book. Should he not go in again? But
seems pretty rich when Coke's been handing out.
If we're talking about red cards, and again, if you are just joining us, we've got to say that the number 8 Coke for Hereford is very, very lucky to be on the pitch. The referee missed completely him getting Perry round the throat.
It was more like a half Nelson, wasn't it?
Yeah, the problem is the referee's turned round just as Perry's reacted, so they've both gone in the book rather than Perry being the victim in the situation, getting nothing and Coke getting his marching orders. Free kick in, great shape on it. Front post headed away though, luckily for Kettering. And Sheriff now has to look for an option. He needs to go down the line. Oh, he can't get it down the line. And it's a poor pass from to carry Sheriff, and it allows Hereford to come back again. It's with that number 16, McQuilkin. McQuilkin goes past Sheriff. Ball in. Headed away at the front post. Sheriff again underneath it. Heads it down to Milnes. Milnes now breaking forward. Milnes to Powell. Powell now using his pace, breaking forward. He's got no one up with him other than Ben Milnes. He's going to have to go himself. He's got 6 players round him. Powell. He can't keep going by himself. Cleared away, should be picked out by Richards. It is Powell still on the floor. Now looking for an option. Ball cut in, headed away easily though. Picked up by McGrath. McGrath to Perry. Perry brings it down, heads it on to Sheriff, who's going to be offside. As soon as he touches it. No, says the linesman. Cross in. Oh, it flashes across the face.
Well, that was a surprise, Ed. I was waiting for you to say, yeah,
looking like he was going to put his flag
yeah.
up. And I think he was offside as well, but linesman giving nothing there.
I think there's going to be some activity on the subs bench for Kettering. Paul Cox has told, I think it might be, who's that there to come on? It might be Jay Williams maybe, I'm not sure.
But now slowing the play down, putting it back to Adam Collins. Just calm down for a second because it's been a frantic 15 minutes. Oh, 20 minutes, sorry. Flicked on by Perry, unfortunately. Powell was too far right. Clearance brought down on the chest by Storer, looking for options now. Plays it short to Milnes. Milnes looking for an option forward. He may have to go back. He does to Storer. All the action on the right-hand side. Now back to Milnes. Milnes plays it through to Perry. Perry's being fouled. He's being held. Sheriff lets it run through his legs. Shoots. Left-footed. Oh, past the post. Had Paul White scrambling, but it looks fairly safe for the ex-Kettering stopper, who berates his defence.
Perry might not be the classiest player that we see, but he's taking some stick, isn't he, and giving it out, and
Perry is getting
just the sort of person that Kettering want in there to take some of the brunt and dish it out, something that Orenson couldn't really do, I don't think, at the same level.
No, nothing to do with ability.
No.
For whatever reason, it just didn't click for Josh Orenson.
But we
That's
know
a shame, but
we know what Perry can do from past experience, and he's certainly causing a few ruffles up there. But that doesn't take anything away from the goals that have been scored by both sides, which we keep saying have been outstanding.
I mean,
and
it has to be said, we've had
if you thought
nearly 10 minutes without a goal.
We're all about doing a goal of the month, or the month for November, October and November for Poppies TV, and they're going to all be from this game, because there's only been a couple of others. Connor Kennedy's away to really consider, and Ben Stevens' goal early on, but these goals here surpass those.
Well, Ben Stevens. Well, we thought that we wouldn't see anything close to Ben Stevens' goal earlier in the season, but I think we've seen a couple today. I think, well, certainly the second and third goals for Kettering, the Fryatt volley and the Powell outside of the foot, are rivals of that. Milnes really battling. He gets there to Powell. Powell now, he just overhit his touch. He may take a foul here. He doesn't. No. Oh, he's giving it against Macca, and McGrath's won the ball, and McGrath's in trouble here. McGrath's going to go. Well, how Kettering are down to 10 men and Hereford are still at 11 after what happened earlier is absolutely ridiculous. But McGrath has been sent off. It's absolutely ridiculous. How on earth has this happened to Kettering? That's, as far as I could see, McGrath's won the ball. There were two noises, the first foot on the ball and then the second on the number 11. McGrath's been given his marching orders, 3-2 up. Kettering down to 10 men. And
still 20 minutes to go as well.
McGrath still having a word with Josh Gowling. He's not happy at all, and annoyingly, it's just as frustrating as it is, McGrath needs to make his way down the tunnel and just
well, that's the third red Kettering have had in 7 games, and
it's not, but that's not a red though.
It is, because it's been given.
Well, yes, it is, but you know what I mean. It's not a second.
When you consider what Coke did, I think it is an absolute disgrace
for Hereford. 8 off, 7 on, so that's Coke off. Well, he's lucky. He's
not been sent off, so they're getting rid of him quickly before he's down to 10 men. Because
Camwell off. Coke shouldn't be on the pitch at all, and Hereford should be down to 10 men as well. And they've managed to get away with it, and they've managed to substitute the player off who really shouldn't be on anyway. Absolutely ridiculous, I have to say.
Williams just coming on.
But, shore up that defence. It looks a little bit silly taking Sharp off now, because we now don't have a left back to play there. So I wonder what's going to happen here with that position. I think it might be backs to the wall for blue shirts. Handball. Referee agrees.
Well,
Kettering.
Unbelievable the look that Kettering have, isn't it? Really, I mean,
it's just not. Yeah. It's just not a second booking. He's won the ball.
I mean, Hereford have been going down like 9 pins every time they go down, don't they? They do make a meal of it. Referee fallen for it once again. We don't want to mention the referee because we get criticised if we do. Yeah. So, once again,
he's made 2 big decisions and he's got it wrong.
Yep.
Sheriff is the man to go off, to carry Sheriff off, and Jay Williams on. So I wonder what will happen here. I reckon probably Richards will go right back and Storer will go left back. Yeah, Storer's gone left back, look, and Richards is going right back, and Jay Williams will go. It'll go back to a back 5 again, I'd imagine.
Well, Jay Williams making his 7th appearance in the poppy shirt.
Yeah, no, Jay Williams is going straight into right back then, so Storer moves to left back. We keep with the flat back 4. Richards stays in midfield. Williams comes on, as we said, at right back. So 10 men. Kettering have got 20 minutes to hold out in this game.
And it'll be the longest 20 minutes that you can imagine, as it always is. But Perry is trying to get the ball. He can't get there. It's headed back by Powell, who's still on. He's given the ball away, though, to Cranwell, the new substitute. That's just... is it Cranwell or Cramwell? Cromwell? Camel. Oh. Hereford nearly wasted ball there, catching a lad out to go out, and of course they won't take. They'll take as much time as possible to get the ball back and try and run down the clock as much as they can. Which, in this case, down to 10 men after being cheated once again. I feel I shouldn't say that really, but once again I do feel that harshly about the decision that's been made.
Look, guys, we don't have a go at the referees just for the sake of having a go at the referees. Tuesday night was the worst refereeing performance I've ever seen, bar none. And unfortunately, the referee's got 2 decisions wrong here today, which have affected the match. He's not sent off the Hereford man, and he's sent off the Kettering man. It is what it is. Gone, says Kettering, but no, says the linesman. Hereford keep it away. We'll try not to mention the referee anymore unless he does something silly again. But here come Hereford. Kettering back to the wall. So much time left in this game. 15 minutes, 16 minutes plus whatever they add on at the end of the game, which will be a lot because 4 goals are sending off, and a fracas is going to be some healthy added minutes. Kettering have got to be resilient here. Cut out, and Powell, just run, Callum, he has used his pace. He's tiring, but he's still quick. Get
in that penalty area.
Hey! Same as that one! Oh, he's given a goal kick as well. Well, it's either a corner or it's a foul, ref. Well, he's not got the ball and then put it out for a goal kick, has he?
You said you weren't going to mention the referee again, but let's mention him because that was an absolute... Was he the one from Tuesday night? Because it looks like it.
Well, second half, certainly. I mean, either Callum Powell's been fouled, in which case it would be a goal kick, but it's a foul, or the defender's won the ball. Fair enough, it's not a foul, but it's a corner.
Well, it's going to be Milnes now on the far side for Kettering to try and calm things down and
Williams
guide.
Overlapped.
Yeah, Williams has the ball.
Here's Williams again. No one really committing forward for Kettering, although Williams is going to try and bundle his way through. It's cleared. Richards wins the header. Williams is still up there. Can't win that header. Down. And Hereford will bring the ball away, and Williams needs to either put some pressure on or get into position. Perry's now going across to have his say. Ball cleared long. Needs to be headed away. It isn't. It's missed by everyone. And Graham gets that to Richards. Richards flicks it onto Williams, who stayed forward. There's no one forward for Kettering. He plays Parry. Parry then lays it back to Milnes, I think it is, who stayed in the right back position. He's played a long cross-field pass. Callum Powell's going to put some pressure on. It'll go back to Paul White, you'd imagine. It does, and then the pressure subsides and Kettering get back into shape. 14 minutes of this game left. Kettering are 3-2 up, but down to 10 men. Kettering say the ball's gone out of play on the far side. The linesman says no, but it's with the fog in the distance, we're going to really struggle with that one. Here comes Diggy. Over the halfway line now for him. Crossfield pass. Really good ball. Williams has to be careful here. Ball in. Can't see where the ball's gone. It's, I think, into the arms of Adam Collin. It is.
Well, if not, someone else has caught it, there'll be a penalty.
Well, but, it depends now. But
interesting to see what Paul Cox says after this. We'll try and get an interview with him after the game, and that will be on the website a little later. Hopefully tonight, but if not, it will be tomorrow morning. But plenty of time in this game to go yet. Unfortunately for Poppies fans, it's going to be a long 15 minutes or so of time to go as the ball is played back by Richards to Colin. Colin plays a long ball, but it's only going to go through to Grimes. He takes the ball, brings it down nicely for Didgeridoo, whatever we want to call him, but he's got it back to Jones on the far side. Now Hereford coming forward into the Kettering half, weaving their way through. Might try a long range shot, doesn't play, sprays the ball out wide to the unmarked captain, headed out by Milnes, only towards the number 7. He might try a shot, does, comes in. Colin takes it at the second attempt in the midriff, right in the middle of the goal, and relieved that didn't bobble through or in fact go under his arms, but it is with Colin at the moment. Kettering down to 10 men, leading this 3-2. You're listening to Poppies TV audio live with Ed Palmer and Paul Cook, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, and what a good game to sponsor this would be as the ball returns to Colin, who picks it up right on the edge of the penalty area to try and grind down this clock even further. Kettering not won here since 1996. That'll be a great statistic if they can hold on. But I do suspect there's going to be a lot more to talk about in this game as we're getting into the final 12 to 13 minutes plus time added on, which, as Ed Palmer quite rightly said, will be quite a bit of it because of the goal celebration, sending offs and substitutes. It's the number 7 with the ball, flicks it forward to the captain, number 2, the scorer of the equaliser originally. Here's Lewis, turns in the penalty area. The turn here, the shot comes in and it's blocked, and Kettering get the ball away. Storer just hoofs the ball anywhere. Paul White comes out into the middle of the park to collect it, to put pressure back on Kettering. He gives it over to Grimes on the far side. Grimes plays it forward into the Kettering half. The number 17, the substitute, plays it out wide. It's Hereford going forward, going to try and press down the man advantage, trying to get back on level terms in a pulsating game here at Edgar Street. It's cleared only to the captain. It's flicked in again. Kettering can't get rid of it. It comes in the air as a foul. It looks like a penalty. Is that a penalty?
It's won the ball.
Well, it's in a very, very dangerous position here, right on the edge of the area. Or is it a penalty? I can't tell. It's a penalty.
Unbelievable.
Well, the won't say the referee's been a home bird, but the referee has been a home bird. And for those of you that don't like that, tough.
We're a long way away. Didn't look a penalty to me.
Well, Adam Collins certainly was a hero on Tuesday night when he pulled off a fantastic save against Guiseley. He's got it all to do again. It's going to be John Lewis who's going to take this, and he's proven in front of goal, and we'll have to wait and see. Lining up Colin in the middle there, Lewis, hands on his hips, and the whistle has gone, taking the strides back, comes in to meet the ball, takes the ball in for that, sends him wrong way, and that's 3-3. Another controversial moment regarding the Poppies there. A trip maybe on the Hereford player, couldn't quite see. 10 minutes to go this game, and now Kettering are going to have to really fight to try and keep this point.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Substitution for Hereford, by the way. It's McQuilkin off. I think, yeah, McQuilkin off and Whittingham coming on.
Well, Kettering certainly do press the destruct button occasionally. Another penalty and a mistake cancels out the wonder goals that have been scored by the Poppies, and if they don't come away with anything out of this game, that will be a terrible shame in what has been a cracking game for Paul Cox's side. But it's 3-3, and Hereford now with their tails up, leaving the ball to go out for a throw-in. Paul Cox and Ramshaw down there, arms folded. Hodgkiss got the goal at 2-2. And Kettering can't get the ball out of their area. Down goes Lewis. Every time a Hereford player gets the ball is challenged, he goes down like a dose of salt. And once again there's a little bit of a fracas. Free kick 2/3 of the way inside Kettering's half. Powell striding out 10 yards. He's going to get himself booked.
Oh, come on, man. It's serious. What is going on here?
I don't know. This referee... I can't mention referees, can I? That's the fourth booking for Kettering, if you count the two for the red card. One to Hereford.
For grabbing a player
around the neck, throat in a stranglehold. Yes, it is a fair game. Ball comes in, there's a chance here, and it has been cleared in a scramble. And Kettering under the hammer as we come into the 83rd minute at 3-3. Hereford's Hodgkiss, the captain, feeds the ball through to number 7 Cramwell, plays it out wide, and it's kept in quite well by Hereford, and it's going to be Jones. He plays it to Whittingham, his first real contribution, puts the ball through, it's a good touch, flicked on, but Powell should get that, he does. cleared to Perry. Perry stumbles but gets the ball back to Storer. Storer clears it down the line, but that just goes straight to Hodgkiss, who plays it back into the Kettering half. 83 minutes, long 7 minutes for Kettering to get a point here. But still time to score a goal. It'd be nice to get the winner, win this one 4-3. Kettering were described as horrible side by Hereford in one of the match rooms. Southern League bound. Really is the worst Hereford side that I've seen in recent years. But we shall have to wait and see as cleared by Luke Graham into no man's land. It's found Grimes coming forward for the home side, who are smelling a victory at the moment with the man advantage. But I can't see who that is. The fog is now quite dense down there, and matches the ability of the referee, really. But there we go. I still can't see what's going on. But Hereford, we can see with the ball in white, flicks it through to the number 12, Didgeridoo.
Good challenge.
And Perry can't do much with that. It's Whittingham, plays it outside here to Hodgkiss. It's all battened down the hatches now for Kettering as Whittingham threads the ball through to Lewis, who'll probably fall down for a free kick. And here he goes. No, he stayed up. That's rare. And the two-footed tackle there.
Gone through high.
That studs a high two-footed tackle. The referee has given nothing once again. The header comes in. It's going to be the back post.
I don't know.
Powell is still down. He's got up. Ball comes in, a shot, and that header should have been a goal for Hereford, but it's straight at Adam Collin, and Powell goes down again, holding his leg anywhere but at Adam Collin. That was in the net, rather similar to the Lorne Bickley one.
Yes,
where it was straight at the goalkeeper, anywhere but there, and that would have been the winner, I feel, because whoever scores the next goal will win this game if there is a goal scored. Powell is got up. Referee is having a word with him, probably going to book him. But no, he's had a good game as young Callum Powell. 2 stunning goals.
Doesn't look like it's going to be enough, though, for Kettering, as they have 5 minutes to go with a man down. Dubious sending off for Michael McGrath.
Making another substitution now here for the number 19. Brown has come on, who's another monster. He's coming
Finn,
on.
Who's gone off. Number 11, Finn.
Number 11, Finn. So the referee with the ball. Kettering about to make a substitution, I think. I can see someone penning on a blue shirt. Referee drops it for Adam Collin, who now picks it up. And 4 minutes of time, official time left. But we can't get looking at the clock. The ball goes out. Be a throw in to Hereford. Hodgkiss with it. And the referee now is stopping play. Not sure why. Still hasn't been taken, this throw in, have it?
Well, no, we're going to have the substitution.
Substitution's coming on, is it? And it is a substitution. Kettering substitution. It's going to be
number 9 off, which is Perry. Perry's race is run, and it's going to be Ashanti Price on for the last 4 minutes of the game.
Well, Perry
has put himself about, but he does look spent, and he's been slightly less effective in the
latter stages.
So.
Again, the standard of football he's been playing at and the standard he's playing at now is completely different, and he's, I think, applied himself really well.
It's not been an awful debut, has it, from
Nope.
Perry? He's taken a lot of hammering.
Battering and certainly put himself about, but Ashanti Price comes on, who's looked quite useful. He's got a few minutes to try and impress, but it's going to be hang on for Kettering. Don't forget, Leicester scored. There were 2 goals in the 90 minutes in the recent game against Leicester, one in the 95th minute after a win. So anything can happen yet, and it would be a heck of a shame if Kettering didn't come away with something, because they've certainly deserved some of the spoil of this game. The ball played out wide here. It is Hodgkiss, the captain, who's going to put a ball in. Who's got that stunning second goal. Out comes Collin. He's caught the ball well and goes down in his penalty area, rolls over, clutches the ball, and takes as much time as possible within reason to dictate where he's going to put the ball. He's still with it.
Of course, no Carl Perry to aim for now. So we will see what happens here. It's still going to be long. It's still going to be a try and get on a knockdown or something. It's not a bad idea. It's going to have to be dealt with, and is dealt with annoyingly well by Hereford. Connor Kennedy has got there. Foul.
I think there'll be 5 minutes added time at least.
I think there'll probably be about 5 minutes. We've had, 5 goals? A red card, a fracas, a penalty.
Could toy.
Yeah.
And that really will sap Kettering, but ball comes into Price. He's not going to get there. That should be seen out by the Hereford player. It is. That will be a goal kick. Paul White, who's not been in the action much recently, has all been at Kettering's end. And he gets the ball out into the centre of the park, played out to the 7 on the far side. Excuse me. Grimes with it, plays it long. Powell heads the ball anywhere, and that should stay in just by the number 7, Cavill. There's Fryatt to Powell. Powell threads the ball through, and there's a chance here for Price, but Paul White's alert comes out, and we've seen that a few times at Latimer Park where he's done that. Hasn't slipped over this time though. But an away Hereford intercepted by Storer. Storer down by the corner flag under pressure. Gets the ball out, and that will be a throw-in to Hereford into the final minute of this second half, according to the clock on our right-hand side. Cleared, but only to the halfway line, and the number 12 has the ball. There is Grimes. Not been told how long to go now, but we're into the dying embers of this game. 3-3. It's been a thrilling game, to be fair. Neither side deserves to lose, but if there is one side to lose, hopefully it would be Hereford. But here they come again. There's a chance here, stopped by a Kettering player. Can't see who, threaded through to Shanty, can't get there. And the number 7 flicks the ball through. That was Campbell to the far side. Hereford applying the pressure. 3 minutes only of added time. So, and we're already into that now. So the clock has stopped. We can't give you a countdown, but we're into added time as the ball is just hoofed away anywhere by Kettering, who are determined to try and hang on for this point, Ed.
Yes, it's going to be a nervy last couple of minutes. I don't think Kettering are much interested in attacking, other than Ashanti Price. That it is backs to the wall for Kettering, as I've said quite a few times in this game. I don't think they're much interested in getting the ball forward to a Kettering player. Anyway, that's a long ball. It's going to be brought down. Is it cut out? It is. Oh, it's a poor kick by Powell, though. Ball put in. Missed by everyone. Goal kick, and I think Adam Collin will take that and just slow the game down a little bit. So, James McCulkin gets the man of the match for Hereford. I think there's only one player from a Kettering point of view, and that has to be Callum Powell. It's been sensational today. He had an okay first half. He didn't really get a lot of the ball, but the second half, 2 goals, one of which is an absolute perler. I think Kettering man of the match has to go to Callum Powell. Yes, it's a blue ball. Yes, it came off the Hereford man. Came off the number 2, the captain. Hodgkiss, it did. It definitely did, annoyingly, despite his protestations. And I make it 1 minute left of the game. Kettering will slow it down. It looks, unless anything dramatic, like it's going to be 3-3. Not bad for supposed Southern League bound Kettering. But,
yeah, doomed Kettering were, according to some of the Hereford pre-match ideals, but at the moment it is 3-3, and Milnes had time there to deal with it, but just hooked it anywhere. Graham heads it. It's a game of head tennis.
Hey! Well, I make it last couple of seconds. Kettering have come away from home to a ground they've not won at since 1996. They have been in the lead twice. A wonder goal pegged them back the first time. and then a penalty pegged them back the second time. Dubious from our point of view, but in all fairness, it's foggy. We're a long way away from it. It didn't look like it, but there's full time. Kettering will take a point. Slightly disappointed maybe that they were ahead twice and couldn't hold on to it, but if you asked them at the beginning of this game whether they would have taken a point, I think they would have said yes. But before the game, there were comments in the Hereford programme about Kettering being Southern League bound, being in disarray and being doomed. We certainly didn't see any of that today. Kettering certainly looked good for their money. It was a Hereford side that's maybe not been as strong as recent years, but Kettering really put in a performance there. So unlucky. They went down to 10 men harshly again when McGrath was sent off, yet the number 8 for them, Coke, got nothing. Well, I got only a yellow card for grabbing debutant Kyle Perry round the throat. To the game then. It started with a really poor error from Kettering. It was Ryan Fryatt who tried to head the ball back to the goalkeeper, Adam Collin, when it was at knee height, but it was nipped in by Mooney, and 1-0 at half time. Then second half it exploded. Within 30 seconds of the second half starting, Powell had the ball in the back of the net. A flick on by a Hereford defender found him all in space and just crashed the ball home past Paul White, and then only a couple of minutes later it was 2-1. This time Powell cutting it from the right side. Looked like he was going to curl it in with his left foot. He did curl it in, this time with the outside of his right foot. Beautiful goal in off the post on the far side. Wonderful finish before straight away Hereford came back with an absolute cracker. I can't remember who it was who scored it now. I think it was McQuilkin. I'm not sure for Hereford's second goal. Hodgkiss, who crashed it in off the underside of the bar. A wonderful half volley. Before Kettering got ahead again just minutes later. Ryan Fryatt of all people. Powell, score returned provider, crossed the ball in. Fryatt hit a volley pretty much over his shoulder, looped into the far corner. Wonderful finish. Then there was the fracas. Coke had Perry by the throat. Referee saw nothing. Turned round just as Perry was reacting, resulted in a yellow card for both players rather than the correct decision of a red card for Coke. And then not long after, McGrath booked for dissent and then booked for what was actually, it certainly seemed at the time, a fair challenge. But he got booked again and was sent off. And then a penalty in the 80th minute as Linnell John Lewis was fouled inside the penalty area, allegedly again. We can't see because of the fog and the distance. He dispatched away to make it 3-all. A thoroughly entertaining game here at Edgar Street. But we're going to sign off now because I think we're going to have I think we're going to go lose our voice in a second. But join us on Tuesday when we're at Agborough Stadium for Kidderminster versus Kettering Town. We will see you all on the other side, and hopefully we'll see you at Blythe where we can have some fans back in. But it's finished here. Amazingly, Hereford 3, Kettering